Good morning, students. Welcome to the class of refrigeration and air conditioning. In previous few classes, we have already completed the preliminary part of air conditioning, and in the last two classes we have started our discussion about air conditioning system. What are the different factors responsible for a perfect air conditioning system? What are the elements of an air conditioning system? If the room design condition is known, outside air or supply air condition is known, how can we plot the room sensible heat factor line into different cases? All these things have already been discussed. So today we'll start our discussions about another important parameter that is called grand sensible heat factor. Now what is this grand sensible heat factor? So basically the grand sensible heat factor is the ratio of total sensible heat to the grand total heat. Total sensible heat to the grand total heat of what? That the cooling coil or the air conditioning apparatus must be handled or should handle. That means that for a cooling coil, that means if we go for summer air conditioning, then we have to use on cooling coil, we have to go for cooling and dehumidification process. So that cooling coil or the air conditioning apparatus that should handle this particular factor, that is called grand sensible heat factor, which is nothing but the ratio of total sensible heat and grand total heat. Now what is the meaning of this total sensible heat and grand total heat? So as per the definition, GSHF is equal to total sensible heat but grand total heat. Now this grand total heat is nothing but the summation of total sensible heat and total latent heat. Now why this term total is used? In the last class we have discussed about room sensible heat factor, RSHF. What was RSHF? RSHF was room sensible heat by room total heat, and room total heat was room latent heat, room sensible heat. And we have already discussed that the conditioned air that is to be supplied to the room must have the capability or capacity to take up simultaneously both this room sensible heat load as well as room latent heat load. Okay. So if we consider the actual situation, what is actually done in case of actual case? Now in actual case, for perfect air conditioning on ventilation, as well as the room design condition or as well as the air available in the room, we have to also supply some outside air for ventilation, as well as some infiltrated air from the outside is also mixed with the room air. Okay. So from outside we have to supply some fresh air for ventilation, as well as if we go for a continuous air conditioning, then after the first air conditioning is done of the particular room, the air from the room is to be again returned through the return outlet, and through the return outlet that air is again recirculated. So some fresh air from outside as well as some infiltrated air from outside mixes with the room air. Now this outside, just like the room air, that means the room air is having a capacity of taking both sensible heat as well as latent heat. So just like the room air, the outside air is also add some sensible heat as well as some latent heat load to the room along with its internal sensible heat and latent heat. So if we add this sensible heat and latent heat portion of the both room air as well as outside air, then we can get this the concept of total sensible heat and this grand total heat. That means this mixture, that is the mixture of room air and the recirculated air, will reach the mixture condition will reach the cooling coil or cooling apparatus first, where that will get first cooled, then dehumidified, and leaves this apparatus with a decrease in temperature because cooling is done, and decrease in moisture content because dehumidification is done. Okay, so from this practical situation or practical case, we can further continue our discussion on this grand sensible heat factor, or we can get the concept of grand sensible heat factor. So this total sensible heat equal to, we can write room sensible heat plus outside air sensible heat. OASH means outside air sensible heat, RSH means room sensible heat, divided by total sensible heat means room sensible plus outside air sensible, total latent means room latent plus outside air latent heat. Okay. Now in one of the previous classes we have discussed about what is the amount of sensible, if we go for only sensible heating, the amount of sensible heat required or added to the system, or amount of sensible cooling, that is equal to this one. Change in drive up temperature, this one is actually this is MCPDT. m equal to rho into v. If we put the value of rho into v into cp, rho into cp, then we can get this factor 0.02044 into v, that is the volume flow rate, into change in dye bulb temperature. Similar way, we can find out the room outside air latent heat is equal to m into hfg into delta w. Hfg is the amount of latent heat of vaporization. M equal to rho into v into hfg in delta w. If we put the value of latent heat and value of rho, then we can find out this one is equal to 50 into volume flow rate into delta w, that is the change in specific humidity. Okay, so by this way we can calculate grand sensible heat factor. Now if this grand sensible heat factor is known, the value of GSHF is known, as well as the mixture condition of air entering the cooling coil is known. Mixture condition means the fresh air that is supplied from the outside and the recirculated air from the room. Fresh air and recirculated air are to be mixed in a proper ratio. They are first mixed in a proper ratio, and so after mixing of fresh air with the recirculated air in a proper ratio, that mixture is to be supplied into the cooling coil, or that mixture will enter into the cooling coil. So that cooling coil condition if is known, that is the mixture condition is known, and the grand sensible heat factor is known, then how can we draw this GSHF line in the psychrometry chart? Now this GSHF line can be drawn in this situation just like the RSHF line, that is room sensible heat factor. See in this figure, first we calculate the room sensible heat factor. As per the calculated value of room sensible heat factor, mark the point A, then also mark the base circle, that is point B, corresponding to 26 degree dry bulb temperature, 50% relative humidity. Draw the baseline. So AB, first draw this AB line, that is baseline. Next thing is, we know the calculated value of GSHF. We also know what is the mixture condition. So as per the mixture condition, locate the point, but corresponding point on the psychrometry chart. Okay. Now if we know the room air condition, then corresponding to that also locate the room air condition in the psychrometry chart. So point 2 is known, point 3 is known. Now corresponding to point 2, draw a line which is line 2, 5, which is parallel to this line, baseline. That is known as RSHF line, room sensible heat factor line, 2 to 5. Okay. So point 1 denotes outside air condition, point 2 denotes room air condition. Point 3 denotes mixture condition of entering the air entering the apparatus or cooling coil. So after leaving the cooling coil, the air is to be supplied to the room. So suppose after leaving the cooling coil or after leaving the air conditioning apparatus, the condition of the air supplied to the room is known. That is denoted by a point 4, this one. So if we join this point 3 and 4, that line will give you grand sensible heat factor line. So again I am repeating, first locate the calculated value of room sensible heat factor. Okay. Next locate base circle, join these 2 points by line called baseline. After locating this baseline, corresponding to the condition of room air, locate the room design condition, also locate the mixer condition after mixing of room air and outside air. Or if we know also the outdoor condition as the room design condition, locate point 1, 2, mixing of these two, point 3. This one is nothing but a diabatic mixing of 2 air stream. So from point 3, this is the mixer condition entering the apparatus. So after within the apparatus, what is done? cooling and dehumidification will done. So after leaving the cooling coil, it will enter into the room. So point 4 denotes the condition of the air leaving the apparatus or supplied to the room. So if we join these points 3 and 4 by a straight line, so these 3 to 4 denotes your GSHF line. Now if we extend this point 4 up to the 100% saturation line, that is point 6, so instead of 3 4 we can also say that 3 to 6 or 3 to 4 is the GSHF line, that is grand sensible heat factor line. So actually here this point 4 is the utility of this point 4. So point 4 is the intersection of the GSHF line and RSHF line, or it will also denote what is the actual condition, or sorry, what is the ideal condition for the air that is to be supplied into the room. So by this way we can find out, or we can draw RSHF and GSHF line on the psychrometry chart. When the GSHF, that is room grand sensible heat factor, is known, RSHF is known, as well as mixture condition entering the coil is also known. And here this point 6, that is the extended point of this extended portion of this GSHF line that will cut this 100% saturation line at a point. Just like the previous case, that is room sensible heat factor case, this point will also denote the apparatus dew point. Okay, thank you.